Okay, so we are going to type our structural adaptation paragraph. What I want you to do is, after I type and talk about a sentence, I want you to pause this and go to your Google Drive and type each sentence by sentence based off of what I typed. So to start off with our structural adaptation paragraph, what we want to do is just tell our reader that this paragraph is about structural adaptations and they help the animal survive in the rainforest. What I want you to do is look at your paper, look at your structural adaptations that you have, and see, do they have anything in common? Are they all about the animal staying away from predators? Are they all about the animal hunting for prey? Are they all about the animal staying up in the canopy? Do they have anything in common? If they have anything in common, then you want to put that in your introductory sentence. If they do not have anything in common, then you're going to make it more general. So let me just show you an example. We're going to start by saying the structures of the, whatever your animal is, allow it to thrive. You could do the word thrive, or you could do the word survive in the Amazon rainforest, or you could just write in the rainforest. You could do either one, or you could even do in the canopy layer of the rainforest. So you could really kind of choose what you want to do here. So this is a more general topic sentence. If all of your structural adaptations, though, have to do with hunting, so the structures of the jaguar, because I know the jaguar is a hunter, the structures of the jaguar make hunting easy. I don't like how that sounds. The structures of the jaguar, oh, okay, make hunting easy in the tropical rainforest. Okay, the structures of the jaguar make hunting easy in the tropical rainforest. But the only way that you can be specific here is if all the structures have to do with hunting, or they all have to do with flying or swimming or staying away from predators. So go ahead and pause this and go type your topic sentence. Okay, so now basically the next three sentences pretty much are the same thing. So I'm going to show you different ways to say the same sentence. So I'm going to talk about the parrot right now. So I'm going to focus on the parrot, but you obviously are writing about your animal. So I'm going to write the parrot's tough, hooked beak allow it to crack open seeds and nuts. Okay. The parrot's tough hooked beak allow it to crack open seeds and nuts. Another way you could say this is you can start with the verb crack. So you're going to say cracking open seeds and nuts is easy to do with this parrot's tough hooked beak. Okay. Another way you could say it is you could say one structural adaptation of the parrot is a tough hooked beak. And then period, and start a new sentence. This structure allows it to crack open seeds and nuts. So see how I said it all a different way. So what I want you to do is to kind of try to make your sentences like this, but every time you're talking about a different structural adaptation. And try to be as detailed as you possibly can be in your sentences, okay? All right, so go ahead and press pause, and I want you to kind of keep going back and forth between these two, between your Google Doc and this, so that you can see my 3 different sentences, and try to write your 3 different adaptations a different way, okay? All right, so we are ready to write our conclusion paragraph. Don't forget that if you're doing an extra structural adaptation for extra credit, just to throw that in there before you write your conclusion. But what we always want to do with our conclusion is we want to wrap up our paragraph, our current paragraph, which is the structural adaptations paragraph. And then we want to move into our behavioral adaptations paragraph. So you always want to wrap up the current one, move on to the next one. So something that we could write is these structural adaptations help the parrot to thrive in the rainforest, but this animal also has behaviors that help survival. So there's one way of saying it. Another way you could say it is not only does the parrot have structures that aid survival, but it also has many behaviors that help it survive in the Congo, or wherever it might be. Okay? So there's a couple of options that you could use. All right, so go ahead and finish up your structural adaptation paragraph. And let us know if you need any help.